So I suppose I'm an economist that has always worked at the intersection between sort of data science and big data, and trying to bring these tools to address important questions in development economics. So this is really where I see myself bringing some new features, some new technology into the field of economics, which actually allows us to address a lot more questions, potentially new questions. In my job market paper, what I'm looking at is trying to answer the question whether social insurance schemes can actually break sort of the vicious link between economic shocks and conflict. I developed a novel way to actually code conflict data, which removes the subjectivity that typically is involved in coding any sort of like newspaper items. So it's based on a computer algorithm that essentially removes that subjectivity bias that often results in the coding of conflict data. And it's extremely scalable, extremely objective, and can be used in many other contexts, which is important for my future research, because I really want to see how these tools are used, not just in the study of conflict, but also in the study of, like, let's say, political economy or political science more in general. My activities outside the classroom, I'm actually engaged in a way of improving teaching quality through improved feedback mechanisms through a social enterprise that I started with a friend in England. And we're really trying to bring these pieces of technology into the classroom to actually improve the learning environment for both the students as well as the teachers. And I think that's something that sometimes is undervalued in the education system, which is extremely research focused. I'm using interactive maps, for example, for my research on the economic impacts of fracking in the US, or on the economic effects of Somali piracy on the cost of shipping across various shipping routes, which really allows people who have no economics background to get a grasp of what the empirical approach is and what the key findings are. And this really helps in getting the research across to a wider audience that is not just confined to economists, but also to more applied policy workers. The three attributes I would highlight is really the academic rigor of my empirical exercise, the openness in the way that I present my results and my empirical methods, and third, it is really the innovative and creative ways that I'm looking at things and trying to understand questions, which is really something that I think sticks out.